Hey there, everyone. What's going on? It's me, Team Rai, with another podcast. I just want to make this short and sweet. It sucks that Derrick Rose is out for the season once again. Now is his other knee. He's only 25 years old. Actually, he just turned 25 years old. It's like a low blow for the Bulls and himself. And I know he was not really shooting very well recently. I know he tore it up in a preseason, but preseason and season are two different things. I told some of my coworkers that they still did not listen to me. He was very, very afraid to come back last year around playoff time in the first round against Brooklyn and the second round against the defending NBA champions Miami Heat. I understand that, it takes time. I know you're gonna say Team Illinois, Adrian Peterson came back in NFL and he tore up the following year. Well, that's different. It sucks. So I don't know how the Bulls are gonna regroup. I don't know what they're gonna do in off season. Maybe they're gonna lose every game and then just start over and clean house. I have no idea. The head coach of the Bulls is an awesome guy. He knows his stuff. He used to be with the Boston Celtics on defense. Then he has the opportunity of being a head coach. I really hopefully um, the Bulls win the championship. Last time the Bulls won the championship was 1998. Yes, 98, Jordan era. And after that, they have a couple shitty seasons. They have Tim Floyd was an awful coach. They have bad decisions. They are losing the records time after time after time. Then they have Ben Gordon. He was a decent player, and other guys. And I forgot what year. Then it really came together. I think when Derrick Rose was a rookie, then he got MVP for that season. Then after that, he got hurt. Then it sucked. They had the best record that year against Philly, and they lost in the first round against Philly. That sucked. But oh well. I'm not really mad, just disappointed. So here we go again. So I have some feedback from ESPN. You can listen up. Then after that, I will discuss it. So here it goes.
Derrick Rose, as far as I'm concerned, is finished. And I don't mean finished. I don't mean finished as an NBA player.
Yeah.
I don't mean finished as a great NBA player. I mean finished as the Derrick Rose we've all known.
I'm with you.
I looked at Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook as the two most athletic point guards in NBA history. I've never seen anybody at that position that athletic. I think that day is over for Derrick Rose. I still think that he can come back and he can be great. I still think that he can come back and he can lead the Chicago Bulls to the promised land. I'm not saying that, but what we saw when he won the MVP a couple of years back, 2011, what we saw and what we fantasized over after seeing him have that kind of year, ain't happening. This is the other knee. This ain't even the surgically repaired knee.
Yeah.
This was your good knee, okay? And this meniscus tear, his game, yes, he can shoot it a little bit, even though that wasn't the case because he was only shooting about 35% from the field and 34% from three-point range.
Yeah.
But he can work on his game well enough to be effective and productive, but it's almost Grant Hillish with the ankles that Grant Hill had plaguing him. I believe that if Grant Hill had never injured those ankles, that Grant Hill would have been on par to be Kobe-like, MJ-like potentially. But those ankles derailed him.
Yep.
That is what has happened to Derrick Rose. Both knees now. Last year was your left that kept you out the entire season. This year is your right knee. And let us not forget, Derrick Rose, by no stretch of the imagination, is weak, soft, or anything like that. He's an incredibly nice guy. Family's wonderful as well. My heart goes out to all of them because they love themselves some Derrick Rose, and they love watching him play this game. And I know they're heartbroken for him, and I know I am in the city of Chicago. I don't blame them if they're in a state of mourning right now. But I got to tell you, I'm worried about him from a psychological standpoint.
Yeah.
This guy,
Hard.
it took him a lot to come back.
Yeah.
And last year, people thought he was physically ready to go.
Mentally.
But mentally, it was a problem for him. I think as much as him getting physically rehabilitated, I think that this guy is going to need to sit down with a sports psychologist to really elevate his confidence level because he's the kind of guy that he's so sensitive. You know, in that regard, that this is a lot to overcome for him, man. And I feel terrible for him and the Bulls, man, because, man, it's a devastating blow for the NBA, man.
It's a devastating blow. I'm with you. I don't think Derrick Rose will ever be Derrick Rose again, even though he just turned 25 years of age. And allow me to speak about meniscus tears because I have way too much experience with them.
Okay.
Again, I obviously don't play in the NBA, and I'm way older than Derrick Rose is, but I've had 3 medial meniscus repairs. I had one, as you guys remember, just last July.
San Antonio.
Yeah, in San Antonio.
Yeah.
All 3 times, I was running on concrete. You know, I run distance now.
Right.
I'm running 6-8 miles a day.
Right.
I was running within 2 to 3 weeks all 3 times. I had a significant tear last July. Now, my surgeon was great, and he didn't love me doing what I did. But I rehabbed quickly, and I was running on concrete, running distance 5 miles the first day within 2.5 weeks. My point is, I don't know what they found in his knee. You can have a complete tear of the meniscus, but it's rare to do it the way he did it. My point is, it's your point. It's in his head. It's like, my God, I just came through complete reconstruction of my other knee, and that's serious business.
Yeah.
Though we saw Adrian Peterson come right back out of one off season and not miss a whole season.
Right.
And now he's got to deal with any kind of surgery on the other knee is damaging because the demons of doubt deep in the recesses of his mind, they're going to haunt him now. And so it sounds like they just said, let's just bag the rest of it. Really? I really, last night I was thinking, boy, I hope he can come back in a month or so or 6 weeks maybe. Because I don't know exactly what they did when they went in there. Mine got clipped 3 times. And I still got plenty of cartilage. I'm still doing okay. So my point is, you're right. He's losing a lot of faith in his body with which he plays kamikaze basketball. He's going up through the trees, man, just running into people.
I'd like to say this too. I mean, I've had several trainers say this to me, but Tim Grover, your friend of mine, said this to me one time, and I never forget it. He said, "Watch these guys and all the wrapping, the ankle braces, the knee braces, the hip, the hip braces. I mean, all of this other stuff." He said, when you put stuff like that on your body, it actually lends itself. I hope I'm not misquoting Grover here. It's a conversation that took place about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I'm getting it right. But he was alluding to having your body wrapped up in all of this protective gear, and it actually serving as an impediment because your body is not made to have all of that protection. It actually strains it a little bit, which could be problematic, and you're going to see a lot of people get injured because of it.
More often.
Sure enough, you see stuff like this happen, and it's believable.
Well, what do you think from that feedback from the ESPN first take? It really sucks about Derrick Rose. I know he's going to be out for the rest of the season, but do you think there's a possibility if the Bulls make the playoffs, he could come back and help the Bulls in the playoff run? I don't think so. I don't think the Bulls will make the playoffs without him. Other guys need to step up, like Boozer, Butler when they come back from injury. Kurt is always freaking hurt. I think they should get rid of his ass. I know that both regret not re-signing Nate Robinson. The only reason they didn't re-sign him because he want more money on his current contract. They only signed him for a 1-year deal, and Nate says goodbye, and that's why Denver Nuggets picked up in the off season. So that could be the backup plan for the Bulls, but whatever, it happens. I know Nate Robinson is older. He's been in the league for a long time. And I know Derrick Rose is 25 years old. He just turned 25 years old recently. I don't know when was his birthday. And they say he's a nice guy. I don't know if he's going to win a championship with the Bulls. Maybe the Bulls decide to say, he's injury prone. Let's just let him go and start from scratch. That means lose a lot of games, get a first pick in the draft, and also do some wheeling and dealing in the off season and make another dynasty. I know this is not really dynasty, but it was from the beginning. I know Jordan broke his foot when he was a rookie, but I guess is a rare incident for Derrick Rose. Do you think I'm still gonna watch the Bulls game? Yeah, but not as much like I used to when the Jordan era. I know when Derrick Rose was an MVP in 2011, he exploded, and I thought he's gonna repeat the performance in 2012, but he got hurt, and that sucks. And I really thought the Bulls were the only team that could beat the Miami Heat in the playoffs, but now I'm gonna be wrong because another good teams out there: Indiana Pacers, Oklahoma Thunder, maybe the Brooklyn Nets, other good teams out there. Hopefully, they could dethrone the defending NBA champions, the Miami Heat. And the Miami Heat been in the finals, 4 years in a row, and 3 times the champions, or 2 times. I don't know. I can't keep track. But it's time someone in the NBA must step up and dethrone the NBA champions. Someone who was going to do it back in the 90s to dethrone the NBA champions. It was the NBA champions, the Bulls, and it never happened. Phoenix tried, Utah tried twice, Portland tried, LA tried. All these teams tried in the past, and they all failed because Jordan and his crew was freaking awesome. They had a hell of a coach, Phil Jackson, But that was back in the 90s. This is 2013. And no Chicago team is good besides the Chicago Blackhawks. And that sucks, but it happens in sports. So that's all I'm going to say. Give me your feedback if you're a Derrick Rose fan, a Bulls fan, or overall an NBA fan. I don't know what else to say. So I just hopefully Derrick Rose take his time and heal quickly. That's all I'm gonna say. Follow me on Twitter, sub to me, and have a good one. Go Bulls! But I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. Later, everyone. I'm never gonna give up on the Bulls. Hell no. Goodbye.